Guys, welcome back to the channel. Hey, the Midwest got hit with a snowstorm here, about 8 inches. Got real cold, down to 0 to 5, up to 10 degrees. So we kind of put our harvesting equipment away. We finished chopping, and right before that hit, I ended up getting all these wagons put away. We've got, you can see back there, what's there, 2, 4, 6, 8 on the other side, and then 9 here, all washed up, 9 here, and this would make 10. This is like a feeder wagon. There's no roof on it. I use it to dump the ag bag in it and pull it up next to the feed conveyor and feed out of it like that. So I've got these all, I oiled everything down on them, and you know, I've had guys ask me, why do you got so many wagons? These wagons are old. They don't look it, but a lot of them are from the 80s, and this was such a good wagon. When John Deere made it, they quit making them because people didn't need to buy new ones. I mean, they made a shear bolt and for every little thing, where these things are just, if you keep them indoors, they'll last forever. I mean, look at the roofs on these things. You can see in there. I mean, these things. So Dad spent the better part of his life scouring the Midwest for wagons like these. And every time we'd get one, we'd sell off the one that wasn't as good, or until we ended up having all these solid wagons. We're really not looking anymore. If we found a real nice one, we'd probably buy it. But you got so many of them because you don't have to use them as much. You equally use them, and they're just going to last that much longer. The issue is you got to have room to store them. But we got them cleaned up, stored. Semis put in here. Grain trucks in here. That's in here. And we're basically letting the snow melt. It's on the corn right now. We don't feel like combining with snow on the corn because you can plug a combine up and the sieves up, and you'll shoot the corn right off the back, and you won't get anything. So while we're in here, I guess I'll show you. We've got our planters right there. That's put away. We'll get that back out here this spring. This is an additional blower. This is one of them big blowers that we blow haylage with. It was clanging on me. We had another one just like it. So we pulled this off the side. We'll have to open this up and figure out what's out of adjustment and get that ready. We've gotten a little bit of fall tillage done. We hooked this disc up, and that 50 acres we took off in the last video for high moisture, Dad got that all disc down. So this harvest is 2019 in general has just been unbelievable. We're gonna probably hit the ground running again Monday. We're probably gonna but like I said, everything's put away and all the snow's melting down. Finally, it's starting to warm up a little bit. Grain cart's been put back in the barn, and I don't even know if I can get, this is all the snow that came off of that roof. It just slid all the way down. That's how nasty it got up here. You know, and watching some of these other guys' videos, I mean, we've all been catching heck, man. I'm talking snow, and it's just been terrible. And as I'm coming in here, it reminds me, here's the bean head. We haven't even put that on yet. We've still got 300 and some acres of beans. It's not too bad. That's all we actually got in. I usually get 500 or 600 acres in, but what a spring on record. That's all we get planted. So, and the way the fall's turning out, that's, you know, that's okay with us. So let's get we got 200 acres of corn to do. We're gonna knock that out first, since the combine's already switched over to corn. And knock that out, hopefully Monday, Tuesday. And there's still a bunch of snow on the ground for these beans, so they've got to get out of there. I don't know how we're going to get a combine, but we'll figure it out. Moving on. So this is the Peterbilt. That'll be getting pulled out, and we'll be pulling that. As we walk through here, let me see. We got some other stuff in here. This grain truck and wagon. We haven't even used it. I think we're actually going to sell this old girl. This is an awesome truck for someone that's going to need a good grain truck. They all got hitches on them. We put hitches on them, and we pull this wagon. You know, because this truck would pull, I think it's 500 bushel, maybe a little more because we overload it. Then you pull this wagon. I mean, you're running a dang semi right here, pretty much. That's about 1,000 bushel. So we would run that. That'd be like a third semi. Here's the grain cart that's going to be coming out soon. And the combine. Well, there's Dad's pickup. Looks like a goddamn bird took a liking to that window. You know, hey, you know how it goes, guys. It's always something. So making our way over the combine. Yeah, this is just, it's going to be coming out. We were worried about it, getting the crops off, but now we've got so much to do, milking the cows every day. We've been taking care of them. They got Big Johnny washed and put in here. We've been taking care of the cows for the past week and just tried not to think about the crops. Plenty of stuff to do and focus on. And we'll get it. It's crazy. When we first started, you know, the weather was great. I said, man, we're going to be done by Thanksgiving, no problem. But you should never say that crap, because look what happened. And like I say, the whole Midwest, the whole country is really going through it with these crops. We'll get them. So that was some machinery. I think I'll take you around here and look at these cattle. They're living the good life. They're living the old high life here. In here, these are all heifers in this barn. We feed them all dry hay, pretty much, that we've baled all year. And then there's a red one, brown one. And then we'll feed them corn silage out of them bags. And they love it in here. These heifer barns is what we call them. Basically just a big pole barn. Here's some they're watering tanks. They're old milk bulk tanks. Stainless steel. They don't freeze. They work perfect for that. All right, moving on out of here. And here's a bobcat we've been using of late. We just got this. It's got heat, so that's why we've been running it. This is an older model. This is a 2000, I believe. It's got plenty of lifting capacity. It's missing the door, which is good. Some of these cab machines, you put a door on them, and then when you go to open it, this boom's got to be down. They get broke. They're just a pain in the butt. You take them off, and you can stay plenty warm enough with the door off it. So this was like a one owner landscape guy had it. It's got like 1,800 hours on it for 2,000. That's nothing. So I think I'm gonna run that for the winter, and just because it's got a little bit of heat, and then we'll decide what we're gonna do with it. Maybe get a newer one, you know, because that's a little old to be running out here, because I put a lot of hours on it. Here's our other heifer barn. Again, these are all heifers in here. These are the up and comers. So basically we got future's looking pretty bright. We've had some good luck with heifer calves. Same thing with them. They're getting this dry hay. I bust it up for them, and then when they get that eaten down, we'll give them some corn silage. Okay, check them out. Like I say, guys, some of these videos you've seen are a lot of big forage equipment and that new combine, but our bread and butter is milking cows. So that's what we work the hardest on. The rest of the crops is because Dad and especially when we were younger, Dad was focusing on buying more land because he didn't know if we were all going to come back. I might as well take you in here real quick. And in the event that none of us came back to this farm to take care of the cattle, he was just gonna turn himself into a crop farmer and just do it on his own. Being that we all came back, bring on the Holstein calves, the heifers, and that way all three brothers and dad can be here because you're cow milkers. You know, if you guys know, running a dairy farm is 7 days a week. It's a lot of work. These things won't leave you alone. I tell many people this, even though I grew up on a dairy farm, I didn't realize what it took to actually, the commitment. It's just once you start doing it and doing it after a year, it's like you don't know any better, you just keep on doing it. But growing up, all right guys, so moving on from them heifer barns and from what I showed you, it's time to milk the cows. I'm gonna lock them in, walking right through them. They know what to do. They're real spunky. You know, after finishing that high moisture grain, I've incorporated, I guess you can see it from right here, all 5 of these silos. They're all working. I'll show you when I'm feeding out of them. But they're getting a little bit of that grain, and that grain is what can I say? It's energy. So they're a little spunky. And look at that sucker going. She's like speed walking. They're a little spunky, and they've been getting a little loose, which means it's too much grain. So I'm going to have to back it off a little bit. That's basically how I do their ration, is basing it off, you know, obviously how much milk they're given, but their manure. You know, that's like the foolproof way. So that's the way that goes. Yeah, they're getting out of there. This one just fresh in here. This is 48. This is how well a dairy farmer knows these cows. I mean, I can tell you everything about every one. I just happened to see her. She calved a few days ago. Doing pretty well. Doing real well. There's that one right there. That's number 1. She'll kick you from behind. Literally, when I would go, when this feed comes off this conveyor, she's always lined up like right there. And I'll go to get her out of there, because a pile will end up being on that belt right there. There's like a mini pile. I'll knock it off so it don't come down and plug this plow up. She'll sit there and she'll kick back like a horse. So she's one of them cows that just don't. Glass half empty. That's all I can say. All right, I'm gonna get the machine, get these locked in, and we'll get them fed. All these girls are locked in, getting ready to start milking. Here they are. That's actually the bull right there. He's got one in heat. And so now what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna commence feeding these cows while scraping up their alleyways and their feed bunks, all in one shot. I mean, I'm paying attention to what's going on. If I ever had a hired man do this, I wouldn't have him do it like this. So what I'm saying is, you do as I say, not as I do. I've just been doing it. I know what the heck I'm doing, but there's so many things going on. You can't do this for so long to be able to. So I'm gonna scrape all these out and feed to save double the time, and works great. So let's get on board. Let's get these alleys scraped out before too many cows come out so they want to eat. She's already been milked, but I want these alleys. I want them clean. They're not standing in that and marinating in their hoofs, and they'll end up getting warts and foot rot and the whole get up. Get her done. Get this bobcat rock and roll. I've gotten half this barnyard scraped, extra sloppy. That's because it was frozen here, warmed up a little bit, melting, mixed with the water. But the girls are coming out from getting milk, they're eating. So I'm done with half the barnyard. There's Ginger. And this feed bunk's about full, right on cue. I mean, that's just some high protein, that's some good stuff. I mean, there. So I'm done feeding this bunk. I'm gonna switch over to the second bunk. I got the other half of the barnyard through the alleys and scrapes. And then we're gonna be out of here all in one shot. It's just great. Philo, going to town. That end one is green. You can't see a lot coming out of that because I don't want a lot coming out of it. You too much of that, they're gonna get loose. They're gonna have diarrhea. Look at these two black ones. Chow time. Let's do it. Rocking, rolling. Put that bobcat away. Here's that second bunk. Still rolling on. Still rolling. I tell you, they love the feed this time of year. When it starts getting cooler, the feed's fermenting. Watch her. She don't like it. Easy, girl. Time to go shut it down. Shut this down. Going pretty darn good. All right, I just shut that down. You got to see me feeding these cows and scraping them alleyways all at one time. That's I don't know how many people get to do it like that, but that's a heck of a way to do it. I'm gonna take you in this barn real quick before we get done with this video. Here's the ag bagger. I got done with the ag bagger. I got it all washed down, oiled up, and put away. You only use this stuff like this bagger. We use it, what, a week? And then it sits. This is gonna sit for a full another year. And the same as this blower tractor is the one that I ended up using. Now she sits. That's the issue with some of this farm equipment. I mean, you gotta own it, but you don't use it very much. So, and the oil's changed in this, put away. Oil's changed in that, put away. This was that grinder blower. Well, I hope you liked this video. I showed you a little bit of the equipment and some heifers. And we're gonna hit the ground running here Monday, finish that corn up, hopefully Monday, Tuesday. And then we're gonna move on to the soybeans. So we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and we're staying positive, and we're gonna get the job done. So make sure you subscribe, follow me at Kip Sigler Farming on Instagram, and everybody be safe out there. Until next time.